this next item, it's called LoopRope. It's this multi-purpose 5-foot tie-down fastening cord, right? And if you're thinking, well, Allie, why do I need that? Have you ever used a bungee cord or a rope to try to secure something, whether you're camping, whether you're boating, whether you've, maybe gone to the hardware store to fill up the propane tank and you don't want it rolling around the back of the trunk, or you love to cut down your Christmas tree like we do in our family. How are you tying that to the roof of the car? Well, this is where LoopRope is truly the most multi-purpose household tool I think you've ever seen, and it is so cool. You're also going to see pretty quickly why there are so many customer 5-star reviews on this. It's customer top rated with 120 5-star reviews. You get it home for $17.99. So whether it's boating, whether it's camping, whether it's hauling packages, this is one of the coolest designs. And I could sit here all day and talk about how much I love it, but Sean Pickford is joining us, and he is going to show us exactly how to use the LoopRope and all the different things that you can use it for, whether you love the outdoors or you're just a homeowner or you have your own condo or your apartment. You need this. It's $17.98 to get it home. You're going to get the entire 5-foot fastening system. Sean, it's good to see you. Sean's joining us via Skype. See, thank you for grabbing the propane tank for the grill tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I had to do this because mine is actually empty. We were grilling last night and it got to the end. I'm like, oh, good thing we just finished cooking because we're out of propane. So as you said, it's a great multi-system tie-down system. What does that mean? It holds everything in place. So let's face it, most of our cars and SUVs have these little D-rings now. So what I did is I just looped it on within itself right here. I pull it across whatever I have in here, and then I have a little carabiner, all right, that I can put on here, put this up over here, and then I can take one of the loops, put it around the propane tank. So now it's secure, it's not going anywhere. So if there's a sudden stop or anything like that, my cargo stays put. It doesn't go anywhere. So whether it's in the back of your SUV, I've used it to hold up ladders in the garage. This is the original one that I got from my buddy Jeff Dahl. This is going on 7 years old. It's a little faded because I had this tied down to my patio furniture that stays outside all winter long.
Smart.
So I used my LoopRope to hold the tarp down so everything was nice and waterproof over the winter. Now, it's a little faded, but it's still got all this strength that it needs. It still works like day one. And you know what? It's so much easier than that bungee cord because you customize the length you need with this. As opposed to those bungee cords where if you didn't have the right length one, it was a whole lot of frustration.
Yeah, then you're in trouble because you're trying to hook it onto something and getting it tighter. But it's also, I think, so much easier than a traditional rope. It's like the rope and the bungee had the perfect baby.
Yeah, because there's these different little loops in between, all right? They're sectioned off here. So the LoopRope itself will hold 150 pounds, all right? There's 450 pounds of burst strength on each individual one of these guys. So
oh no, we lost Sean's audio, so we're gonna make sure we can reconnect. But look, it could be camping. Look, you're using it as a clothing line, right? Or to keep some of your equipment or your bags up high. You're using this in your car. Think about, a lot of us have those latch hooks in our vehicle. If you're hauling equipment, sod, dirt, propane tank, you wanna secure that. Great for boating. Right? Father's Day is coming up. If you've got a dad that loves the RV, that loves the outdoors, that loves to camp. My dad lives a lot of the year in an RV. He would love this, even if it was just tying all of his chairs together that he stores underneath the car or underneath the storage in the RV. This would be perfect. $17.98. You might want to consider more than one today. A really great way. I think if you don't know quite yet how you're going to use it, everybody needs one, order one. If you are a big camper, right? My son, he loves Scouts, and we're doing a big camping trip next month. I'm a little nervous. So Sean, do you think the LoopRope is great for the newbie mom taking the Scouts kids camping?
It's ideal because you're going to have so much stuff. There's going to be kids bringing stuff you never knew you needed on a camping trip, and how you're going to secure it. So yeah, this really does a great job because you can get it wet too. That's the one cool thing about this. Even the carabiner clips, these guys here, they're stainless steel. So even if they get wet, I mean, we have salt water here where I live. All right, these are perfect, so they don't rust up. So camping trips, overnight trips, around the garage, the house, the shed, whatever. These are awesome. Like I said, I got one right here. I go fishing a lot. All right, I keep this in here. I hang my fishing poles in here and put them in there so people can sit in the back seat and the fishing rods aren't banging in the back of the head. So,
yeah.
So many ways to use these.
Sean, you're such a good catch.
Well, thank you.
But what a great idea. I mean, this is where I think you may be watching today and you're like, that's kind of genius, right? A bungee and a rope in one. It's so customizable. Every garage, every car should have one. So even if you're not quite sure, I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, get it home. The time will come and you will be so glad you have your loop rope. When everything's rustling around in the back of the car, you secure it with a loop rope.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, even things about on the top of the car. So I got my little giant ladder up here. All right. So if I'm going to go somewhere, the ladder's not going to fit in the vehicle. But 2 loop ropes, and I've secured that ladder that I can drive it all over the place, and I know it's going to stay put. So when I get there, everything's nice and safe. Nothing's sliding around, and it's so easy to use and tie down because, again, you get to customize the size and length that you need.
Right.
That's what makes these so popular here at QVC. And that's why they've been around for such a long time. So,
and that's really because of the way all the loops and the carabiners are designed.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the way they're designed, the way they work makes it so simple and so easy to adjust the length that you need because let's face it, one day you might need all 5 feet. One day you may only need 3 feet, maybe 2 feet, or anywhere in between. Or you want to hold down multiple things. So for the camping and the RVing and stuff like that, this is ideal. I mean, you can make your own clothesline. Yep, that's my SUV. We get a huge Christmas tree every year.
Oh, that's awesome.
I take this to the Christmas tree farm. I use 2 of these to hold down that tree that's 12 feet long. And the guys at the tree farm are like, where did you get that thing? We should have these. We've been trying to tie them down with string. It takes us forever. In 2 minutes, I had it fastened down and I was on my way home.
Wait, so there's not washing machines when you go camping?
Yeah. Yeah. So if
I
you're
might
going
need
to
to
wash it
rethink my choices.
Depends on if you go camping or glamping. Depends on what
No, I'm just kidding. Listen. I know I don't might look outdoorsy, but I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I think I could handle some. That's why I say, even if you don't quite know what you're going to do the loop rope with, if you drive a car, you need it. If you have a garage or a home with like a shed and your outdoor space, you need it. It will be so handy. Skip the ropes and the bungees and just replace it with the loop rope. Sean Pickford, thank you so much for hanging with us. It was good to see you.
It's always good to see you. Have a good day.
Hey, can I remind you of something super great if you're entertained?